Leo, how you doing? So welcome to your August reading, and this is the new intro that I've just made, but the music is by Sleeping at Last, and the song is called Turning Page. Hope you enjoy it. See you in a sec. Okay, Leo, so let's see where we're at with you for August. Let's have a look, August. So I will put that song for people. Some people have been asking. I will put the song on the discussion page if people are interested. So let's see, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for August. So, new direction. Take one direction. One direction. So there's something that happened in the past where you decided, or somebody decided over something, that something may not have been fair. So you're deciding, or have decided, that there's a new path that needs to be taken. This is also waiting for someone to message you, or you're waiting for you or them, that someone's trying to wait to receive a package or a message by somebody, probably a water sign or fire sign, or somebody that actually lives across sea. But it's kind of like, well, let's see, maybe, maybe baby, there may be a baby involved. Let's see. So someone could literally travel, or waiting can literally be across the town, across the sea, state, or anything, across the road. But there's a path. There's always a choice, and everything revolves around a choice and a decision. But there is a decision where you're trying, or someone's trying to leave something in the past. It would be actions that are taken for or against, but someone's definitely waiting. I've been waiting, but it could be, I'm feeling like it's waiting on a package, or waiting on, it might even just be settling, like I'm settled now. So waiting to actually travel. So, well, you've got the Five of Cups as well. What on earth's going on? So obviously you've came from the Four of Cups, which, an energy that can be felt from the Four of Cups, okay, can be an energy where someone can be that emotionally blocked physically, on a physical level, can be like obviously a person. I don't know what, personal, something is personal to somebody. But the Four of Cups, when you come from the Four, so the reason why this Three of Wands may have happened, or someone's decided to take a new direction, they've took their path and they've took it and they've travelled away from somebody. They've moved away, or they are moving away. This can be a Piscean energy. This could also be a Piscean energy. But there's a brand new start. Somebody took something away from somebody is what I'm feeling. But it might even be like, I'm not picking it up as like children or anything like that, no. obviously the 4, when it's felt as an energy 4, because this person is concentrating on someone from the past of the 3 of Cups that would be standing in that 4 of Cups, okay? So when you feel that energy, if you're empathic, and we're all spiritual now, so when you're connected with soulmate, because this is obviously soulmate energy, okay, when you're connected with that, that can physically make you feel sick. It can, because you're connected with someone, and if you're a medium and you're open and you're connected with someone that has a 4 of Cups, then you can physically feel sick, because somebody is in the dark night of the soul kind of state of where they're trying to still focus on the 3 of Cups of someone from their past. Okay, but you obviously, people say, well, you still have the 2 of Cups behind, but the 2 of Cups in you have to be healthy. You see, this is someone that's unhealthy. So you have to be healthy in order to meet a soulmate that's healthy. Okay, so like attracts like and dislike attracts like, and if you're both unhealthy, you both meet each other on the physical level, and then it becomes unhealthy. Okay, because sometimes people are still connected with their past, and then when you meet them, they're connected with their past and it pulls from you, and that's how you start to relate to a third party situation. Or you can relate to the 3 of Pentacles. Sorry, I've got to pull my back out and I keep whinging like a sorry. Some of you are like, oh my god, I'm in pain. Or it's, you know, when you feel that energy, somebody is still contracted with somebody else, so they're in the dark night of the soul state, so you can try to pull their soul, but soul to soul is what I'm picking up, the music from soul to soul. But when you are contracted with someone that still can't get over something, then you're like, the 2 of Cups is the say, oh, still behind. But if you're not healthy, that's what I'm trying to pick up, thank you. If you're not healthy, okay, and you can't never get over the past, or, I mean, some people are going to say, yeah, but it's them and it's them. Ego and masculinity and everything else is a complete different flavour when you're looking at masculinity, okay? A masculine person would be someone that's free and single and that can stand up and that would show up, okay? That's not, because you can get masculine, feminine, ego of everybody, okay? It's very different. I'm not going to go into this because I'm going to get some slate, but never settle for second best. You know, a lot of people, they settle for second best and say, yeah, but I want harm to come to that person because she's with him and I'm not getting over that and I'm not letting that go. He needs to be with me. That's a lot of ego that a lot of people carry. If you can hold your head in shame and think, well, you know what, I made a mistake, but I'm going to go home, I'm going to leave, okay, like this energy here, I'm going to leave because someone's still contracted with someone else. So when you get different lots of ego, if somebody can just hold their head in shame and they travel back home and they're kind of like, well, I did travel back home, but I'm purging out and I'm letting everybody know. If you can tell everybody that you made a mistake and that you're generally okay from that, you're not hiding secrets and you're not hiding secrets from yourself. So what you do is you purge all that out. So that means that you're free, open and single to realise, okay, well, my ego's gone because I'm free to tell people that this happened or that happened. So I'm not hiding secrets for anybody because it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks because I'm number one to me. So I can drop my ego to be open, okay? Open. So it's like open university is what I'm hearing also. But university challenge. Someone could be from Britain. University challenge. But someone was a challenge, and it was a challenge for someone to take on this amount of. I'm also picking it up as a burden, you know, because here obviously you would come from the 2 here. So there was a crossroads and a path that someone was too indecisive of knowing, well, shall I have this option or shall I have that option maybe, or what path is it that I would take? And that 2 of Wands led someone into this where it would have then come from the 4 of Cups, where it would have been emotional for someone that was contracted also a part of this. You all play your parts, and there are parts that are played out in destiny, okay? But through, like I said, through like health or unhealthy, through masculinity is someone that's very open and honest. You know, it would also take a lot of, I don't want to go into this because I will get so much blame from people, but if you're a really good, decent person, you can pretty much get over something quick and think, you know what, okay, well, I'm open to that. If you don't want to be with me, that's okay. I can make a brand new start. That's fine. And I can drop all feelings and thoughts of my past because I'm open and I'm free to be single and do what I want to do. The song. Because I'm free to do what I want any old time, right? So someone here is not free and they're not single, and someone here is free and is single, and they've actually took a direction. So you've got some contrasting energies maybe of Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus people or cross watchers, and I have to say this through my readings now, because I get channel a lot of energy through cross watchers. I get cross watched, so I get crossed and trying to cross like communication, cross communication. There was some kind of cross communication of this Two of Wands from here that led someone of a cross. Someone got cross, or someone got like over emotional also, because retrograde might have brought someone from their past, and then this person that was free and single here ended up moving away. You've got someone that's moved away from this energy. It's separated from this Five of Cups. Five of Cups will obviously still talk about the six that you're yet to meet, but you've obviously had a six because it's part of the five. Sorry, because it's still soulmate energy, you know. You come from the four, which is like digging for information on tarot cards and like, you know, watching and trying to find out information, but that can also relate to a stubborn energy of four that can't get over five, you see. So I might have a life path number 4 or 5 maybe, but this is where it's like just you can't get over your past. Why are you not getting over your past? So someone is now free and single from it, but you've got two water sign energies really. You've got someone that's maybe careless or carefree, where there was a decision made upon this. You know, threes can all still represent a third party. And a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to go into that. But if you know that you were in one or was, because this can also represent a third party, you see. The Three of Cups, where someone was still contracted with a low vibrational entity where they couldn't get over them. So, you know, turn around, it says, but not until, like, if you can't never, like, if you're purging out, but you're purging out to everyone about your past constantly, and constantly thinking of loss, then you're not ever thinking of gain, and you can never make a brand new start. So someone has made a brand new start, and someone hasn't made a brand new start. You know, you have to get over your past in order to concentrate more on things that you can gain in life, and then everything that you've lost. You can spend dark nights of the soul for many a night or day, you know, night or day. It's dark and light. You have to understand a lot about energy of releasing and purging out and letting things go. That's why it's part of the ego. If you can never let your pride go because someone's still contracted with somebody else, and you project out hatred, the fact that a man or a woman is with another man or a woman, and you can't get over that fact, and you project out that much blame, this is the karma that you bring upon yourself to stay in this state if you are. And you can stay in this state for a long, long, long time. Because the person that they're with might be the person that they're supposed to be with, and you've not understood it in order to let it go, which is part of the ego. Nothing's ever written the fact that you should or you shouldn't, or you can or you can't. Everything should be about that you can. But at the moment you've got someone that can and someone that can't. It's a bit of a cross comparison energy. It's kind of like, well, I can move away, and it's kind of like, well, I don't want you to move away, but I don't want you to move away because I'm still concentrated on someone else. But if you're still concentrated on someone else, then why is it that I'm free but you can't let the other person go? It's that kind of feeling. Do you know what I'm saying, Leo? See, ego, fighting. Someone here is like really fighting with their ego of letting someone go or something go. But someone's gone. Someone has gone. But this person might not be able to get over anybody that's gone. That's the problem with this Five of Cups. Someone might never be able to let go of anybody. And you might be at this point stating, yeah, but if they would let that person go, and then, but I don't even want to be with them, or can't, and then I don't know, or can or can't, you see? Change your focus. And what we went through July with the song, that was change your vision from can't to can. That was the song, can't to can, Corey. You know, it's still over on the discussion page. Change your focus and shift your focus on the things that you do have in life, and then what and things that you don't. You know, because if you always think about don't, you'll always attract in don't. So it'll be no, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, I can't do that, I can't do that. You know, that's where the ego will start to play out, and you'll push that out as a focus of everybody. So then you'll be in conflict with everybody, you know, and this will relate to children and families, and you'll be in conflict where people will realise that you can't get over people, and you know, and that's how this Five of Cups starts to really manifest with depression, you know, because it can relate to bipolar or depression or anything, you know. You can never give in to ego to somebody else. I mean, I know you're wrapped in karma, people, sometimes, but Sometimes you've got to let things go eventually, because it's all part of the ego, you know. If you can literally hold your head up high, this is someone that can hold their head up high and go, well, you know what, at least I did it, at least I tried, but it's okay, I'm open. You know, if you don't want to be with me but you want to be with someone else, that's okay, I'm free and single to let that go, and I can go off and meet someone new. Okay, that would be this energy of how it's felt. Okay, but this energy is still contracted with somebody else, you see. So someone's free and single, but then someone's not, so you're still contracted with not. You know, you're in a knot, you're in a bind. Someone's binding a contract, or that you did bind a contract is what I'm picking up. Someone bound a contract and was bound to, it's like bound to know. This is like searching for an answer. Okay, an answer that can already be told but don't want to be heard or seen. It's like, you know, the quietness of the darkness. That's the dark night of the soul. It's where, well, I know the answer. It's been said the answer, and I know it, but I still can't yet see it or get over the fact. And this can be played out so many times of loss, you know, loss. Because this can be anything. This can be family members. This can be a love partnership, a job, or anything. But you have to kind of remain focused. There's a lot of focus and non-focus. A forward focus. A forward focus is what I heard. Forward focus. A car journey or something. Or loss of a car. So there you go. Judgment is called upon you. Judgment is called upon you to make this judgment. This person here is a call. To make a call. Even. But Spirit is also saying that, okay, someone might have lost someone, and this is where in a personal reading, if you had a personal reading with me, this is where I would start to see this as heaven, and this is where I can get so many tingles, you know, through connecting, because this would be where we're called upon to at the gates of heaven, you know. So someone has lost somebody. There has been someone that's lost somebody. So if this relates to love, somebody's lost someone, and they've realised that they've got to make this call now in order for that to like either tell someone that they're over somebody, or somebody's over somebody, and someone has to make that judgment call. You can make your own judgment call to say, I'm not in alignment with this energy. This energy has to be in alignment with your energy, but it's very difficult when you're open. Okay, so combining energies is one matter, but combining the physical of life not being perfect, well, it never is. People are going to fart and snore, or they're going to have long toenails or short toenails, or they're going to have their own bodily function, or their bodily clock, or they're going to have their own life or their own thing. You know, like life's not perfect. When you come out of the physical form of tarot cards of energy, you're there with it. That's what you've got. That's what you're with. So you have to then make a judgment call on that in order to realize that life's not perfect. So you reach out, or you make a call, and someone will or has or won't, and say, yes, it's over or it's done, because you've got 2 tens, meaning that someone has to end something in order to begin something. So if you're waiting for someone, because this can be a waiting here, you see, a waiting, where like I'm waiting for them to finish with the other person to come back to me for me to make my judgment call. But if your judgment call is like, well, the answer's no anyway, then there's no point, right? So is there any point to life? Well, there has to be an ending as there is a beginning. So someone has to end something in order to begin something. But if you're, sorry why I'm going with this, but if you're in that state of like, if this is not, I'm not going on the loss of a loved one, we're going on to love, where it's like, you know, they have to end something here, turn around. So, well, I want you to turn around and come back to me, which, because I had a soulmate relationship with you. So I need you to stop focusing on what you've lost and come back to me. Okay, so they come back to you and you make the judgment call. But if you're confused, dazed and confused, and you don't really know and you don't really want them, okay, then it's just, I don't know why I'm picking up a very confused energy. But this is a call that needs to be made by yourself, okay, which is, okay, listen, Dave, Derek, Sid, John, whoever, I need to make this call about this thing, okay? And it's, you'd say this to yourself, you know, to Spirit. You have to let Spirit know that you're not in alignment with the person anymore, and that you don't want this contract. Because if you're confused and you're thinking, well, I don't want you, but I know you love me and they love me, or they love them, and you can't make that judgment call yourself, you don't have to tell the person, you just have to completely block the person out altogether, you know? You can't have contact. But if this is contact and this is messages with this kind of energy here, and you're having some kind of contact, then you'd still want contact, but you get lost into a cycle, you see, of 5 and 5 of 10. So you've got like 15, you know. So hold on a minute, sorry. So this is a calling where you're going to be judged upon your sins also. This is judged upon your past. Your counter actions and responses of something that somebody's done there has to be a judgment call on it. Now you have to make your own judgment calls. So you have to like not settle for things. So you have to purge them out. So you have to speak the truth. This is the truth that needs to be spoken about something. The truth that needs to be spoken. But like I said, if you're in this 5 of Cups energy and you're saying that the other person is with somebody else, and this is you that can't get over that the other person is with somebody else, okay? That's because you're still contracted with them and probably still speaking with them, because this can be like a calling card, a calling. But the calling is to end things and not to keep the cycle going. The perpetual motion of whatever it is that you do that makes you feel in this state, if it makes you feel like that way, then end things, you know, endings. So because you have to let so above, so below. You have to learn to let things go, to let things in, to let the new in, to let the new in, you know. And these are also spirit messages that would be from deceased loved ones, you know. They would also be saying that to you. Someone is just saying, like, let me in. There you go, you see. You've got walking away, obviously, okay? So you arrive at the 5 and then you end up, which is the 8, which is like listening again. The universe here is 8, and that's where it speaks to us to say that there's more out there in life. There's more things to this situation than what is presently given at this specific point in time. If you're in this specific certain circumstance in life, it's saying that you are probably going to have a return, maybe from your past, that somebody might be telling somebody that they've walked away, or generally that you need to walk away. 8, it gives you that universal. If you're open like this as a medium, and like I said, and you feel, and we are all open, because by now, if you've watched so many tarot card readings, you're going to be over emotional, and you're going to be emotional, and you're going to have awakenings, and you're going to feel things. Empathically, if what you feel is anger, then that's past life regression that needs to be purged out and let go, right? So, but if you have, like I said, that feeling of the 4 of Cups where you've come from, that energy can make you feel sick when you're open, and because you're open to dark energy, you're open to the past, you're open to receive. So the receiver of the energy is at the end of the phone, or the person that you might be talking with, or the person that you need to walk away from because they're not listening. There's someone that's like not listening, because it's a combative energy of like, shall I walk away or shall I stay focused on my past? There's someone that I've lost. Do I really want that person, or do I want the call from the person that I know I should walk away, or that has? You know? 13, it's 4, you see? 4. Both of these add up to the 4 of Cups, what I've said of what you came from. Here, you've come from something. You've tried to let it go, and then someone didn't let it go. So forget these energies here. Someone tried to let go of something, and they didn't probably have the strength to do that, to make that judgment call. And then these both add up to a 4, which is like someone just won't let go of something. They're constantly watching something or doing something that they know they shouldn't, and that they know they should make this call, but the person that they're probably calling, they're waiting for them to walk away from someone. That can be the energy as well. You know, you've got a lot of water sign energy, but you've also got like Aquarian, Virgo, and possible Gemini energy. So obviously, so then we go, so from the 5 of Cups, you realise, hopefully, that there's the 5 of Cups here, that you need to make a brand new start. Okay, you need to take a new direction in life, I'm not saying need, I'm just saying, because someone can be like that, because this can be a needy energy, you see, a needy energy. Someone that wants it all, but, you know, you're coming from that. Make a judgment call, deciding that that's things that need to end and I need to walk away. I'm nobody else's second choice. Don't let ego play a part where you can't, like, it's really good to be able to drop your ego and say, okay, well, you know, if you don't want to be with me and you want to be with them, and that's that, you know, that's that, and call it quits. That's easier to be able to move on, is to say, well, okay, well, if you don't want me, that's fine. I'll hold my head up high, but pretty much like in shame as well. You know, purge that out so you can hold your head high, drop the ego and feel free, and that's how you will feel free and start concentrating more on gain than what you can gain through the Fool energy by making a brand new start single or with somebody else. But not until you're over this energy here, you know, because if you're an unhealthy person, you will attract in another unhealthy person of these Two of Cups that can be waiting for you behind, you see. So if you're with someone and they're talking to you, but they're also with someone else, you know, you're just going to keep attracting in that unhealthy relationship of not knowing whether to walk away or not. And that's where the Five of Wands can start to play, of where you're both got ego, and because you're not like really walking away, and you might be talking to them saying, well, have you walked away from your past yet? You see, it'll get very confused, because through this of a Four, someone's just not letting go and they're not willing to do anything fucking different than what they're doing now. You know, I am a channeler, and I channel messages, and I speak truth, okay? And I have pride, and I drop my pride and my ego to not try and gain popularity. I actually feel it's best to give people the truth, because it's the hardest thing to ever hear. If this doesn't relate to you, it's a general reading. It really is a general reading, you know. The only truth that you'll ever get is by having a personal reading, because you're going to have cross-watchers and people and star signs everywhere, and it can still relate to you as a general reading, but YouTube's just used as a platform for people to have a personal reading, and it will always be completely different, you know, completely different. But you've got, you see, you're going from an 8 to a 9, which is good because there's progression from 5 to 8 to 9. So that is kind of like, okay, well, there's something better out there for me. And I know that there's my 10 of Cups out there. I just have to go and seek it to get it. You've got Aquarian energy very much so also. So someone could have Aquarius in their chart, or people do. But water sign energy too. So you might be a water sign that has Aquarian in their chart, because this is wish fulfillment. So it's like Aquarian energy, but water. Okay, but it's still not. There's still a lesson there to be learned about attachment. Attachment, meaning that there needs to be movement. There needs to be action, because this is also like not and waiting. This is like waiting. So there needs to be action. You know, you have to take action. Have to take action. So what you do is, it's to do with travel and distance, that someone could be at a distance. You've got the sign of Cancer. If not, it's to do with just travelling. But the only star sign here is Cancer. If not, it is to do with a car. Someone, it might be a car ride or just travel in, you know, in general. Because you have got the Fool, which is also like travelling at a distance. Because these three cards here represent at a distance. And this card is here that it's kind of like, well, I can. It's just in its lowest vibration. 9s always mean sacrifice, that you have to sacrifice something about yourself to reach a 10. You can't sit there like this and just expect things to come to people in life. You have to take action to go forth in order to make 10 of Cups. That's still not ever perfect. It would still, just energy would deplete, and life's just not, you know, it's not fantasy and illusion. This can be an illusion card. You know, and it can be someone that drinks a lot. It can be someone that overindulges in things a lot. It can be, you know. But you do have a positive sign of being able to move forward here through the Chariot energy. There is forward movement, and there is a progression from the 5 to the 8 to the 9 to the Chariot. Meaning, like, there could be separate energies here where someone's still stuck on something and someone has moved out or away, or moved out or wants to move out. It could even relate to children or family or anybody, but someone wants to move out, but someone here also wants to remain the Five of Cups energy is nothing that can really just be gained overnight, you know. It can't just be gained, because this is also part of loss and gain. Someone's gaining something and someone's losing something. Someone's lost something. But I don't want to channel through this judgment in this, because this would definitely mean that somebody's lost a loved one. For definite. Normally when I've done personal readings with people, definitely face to face. But when I've done readings with people and this card comes up, this is when I start channeling actual messages for people. But there is someone that has lost somebody. And given that, that's just like, you know, that's obviously it takes a good amount of time in order for that to kind of happen, you know. But generally what I'm picking that up is now through love, is that someone is like, has walked away and it's left someone in this Five of Cups energy, but I feel they're still in that Four of Cups energy of like refusing to let go of something. Because this can be a refusal to make a judgment call on the past. But again, a lot of people will say, yeah, but it's them, and you know, energy can be very dark, very dark. So it's an attachment. It's still part of the Seven of Cups, you know, because you're still like options and choices. 5, missed the 7 choice, but like walking away. So there's a lot of like illusional feeling also. Influential. Someone is influential. This person can be like influential, like a spirit guide or someone that's influential here. And someone is looking at like the Five of Cups is facing judgment also on somebody. There's interference with people is what I'm putting. Interference where someone's lost someone, but they're also lost someone else. There's 2 people, I feel, or maybe 3, that's been lost through this. Okay, so we're going to go over to Patreon or Vimeo to watch the rest of your reading. All the links can be found below. If you want a personal reading, okay, the link is below for the email. Patreon, obviously the same. It gives you access to literally everything. Tier 1, there's no Tier 1 or Tier 2. Tier 1 just gives you access to everything full time. And all the bi-weeklies and weeklies and stuff that we'll do, twin versus twin, all that kind of stuff, separate lanes. If you don't want to join that and you just want to watch the rest of this reading, obviously again the same as before, you can watch it over on over on Vimeo for the monthly folder. So it'll be in your monthly for August. Okay, and then we're going to continue on with this story, and then when I start to clarify, I'll give people more of what's going to happen. Okay, all right, guys, peace. Thanks very much.